multiracial,
multi-ethnic,
multi-education.
Welcome to the eye-opening experience that only goes in one direction. Go in there, slay and stay woke.
DeVos.
Are you ready for the final? It's time to tell
How well?
You know the education system.
Question 1.
What kind of figurative language justifies sexual assault?
Here's a metaphor. American college life is burning and you don't put water on a fire by throwing money at it. No usually means stop, not go. The same way yes to you does not mean no. You want to pry into my private life, but thousands of untested rape kits prove otherwise. Freedom of speech, and yet my voice feels silenced, but you only hear the pleas of those accused of sexual violence.
Question 2.
Since when is a sex tape needed in court?
I'll give you the sex tape to check if my foreplay is fair play. Every thought and action confirmed. You proofread my story, but there's so much to learn. My sheets and my panties, my psyche, that's mannered. You can't edit my truth like elements of grammar. Welcome to English.
Question 3.
How many hungry children does it take to balance a checkbook?
Let's talk numbers. It's all about statistics with these things. We know about what you want, but what about what we need? Can't balance the resources if we can't get the apportionment. Seems as if the ratios are simply not proportionate. Welcome to math. Fitting in percentages ain't easy as you think. You try to calculate with calculus, but I've never needed to expand an equation to eat. Yet and still they shove it down our throats and our standards regardless. But who can crunch the numbers when we're focusing on starving?
Question 4. When was the last time your child missed a meal?
You've been fed through silver spoons, but that's not the same thing that I'm taught. And I speak for the millions that you can't fit in a pie chart. You shove us to the bottom so we don't fit in the visual, but if we're talking fractions, we'll be working toward reciprocals. Free slaves, voting history, underrepresented the next look. Let's see you cover those reparations in your checkbook. Well, can we face it when we're looking at this nation? These real world applications never make it in the textbook. Welcome to math.
Question 5.
Is 2016 really as bad as World War II? Or are we just done comparing tragedies?
Ain't we done with genocide? Haven't we done the worst? How can we go downhill after the past descents? We did bad, bad, bad. Can't you leave it in the past? Yeah, we shoved you to the back of the bus. Won't you let it go? Europe was a war zone. Know its battles, know its politics. The Middle East is a war zone. Ignore its fear, ignore its pleas.
Welcome to history.
You'll learn all about how things used to be. We're not destined to repeat the past, but these patterns are clear to see. Violence, it seems, comes to us easily.
Question 6.
Why can't I find my people here?
You know civilization was built by white, straight men. Did women ever change the world?
Not in the textbook.
Did queer folks ever change the world?
Not in the textbook.
Were Africans ever a part of history except for being oppressed?
Not in the textbook. Worship the textbook.
The textbook says what will be on the test. Who cares if that's how it really was? Welcome to history.
Since you're so eager to speak, here's question 7.
Which theory withstands science? Evolution or creation?
Separation of church and state seems stuck between the left and right side of your brain.
Question 8.
Trans students are legally discriminated under the Title IX. True or false?
There are no interpretive answers here, so you have to face the cold hard facts that frilly humanities doesn't express itself under the microscope of method study. We're not speaking biology or chemistry, rather the androgyny of interpretation impacting the education of the youth of this nation. Tell me, Elizabeth. What's that? Betsy? I'm sorry, I don't recognize that name. Your nickname doesn't align with your natural. Welcome to science.
Last question here, Betsy.
Would you send your child to a school that tests them on books they can't afford?
How many schools have you taught at in the last 40 years?
Have you ever taken a test hungry?
What's that, Elizabeth? You've never been a teacher?
You've never felt hungry?
You said you can afford to eat with a silver spoon off an ivory plate?
And you want me to trust you with my education? Wait, look. The scores are up.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Betsy, girl.
You failed.
Name.
Mooney.
Manny.
Tess.
Lionel.
Raja.
Ethnicity.
Black.
Black.
White.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Code.
Ebonics.
English.
Hebrew.
Spanish.
American Sign Language.
Yo, I am the code and I ain't talking about that binary. I'm talking about catching the flow and how my mind and my rhymes scary. I might vary in my vocabulary, come a little bit of Shakespeare and then hit that high-headed mind. Benny Bolico, arenga yo soy el código. Embrace the tongue that these ignorant people claim they know. Tell me that it's English, that this country ain't for me. If I can sing perfect allegiance, and they turn around and teach my language. Put some phrases into sentences and claim they speak it. But it ain't a matter if you can roll your R's and understand the dictionary meaning. It's a matter of if you feel it. And my identity is not a prop you use on TV.
I am the code. I speak with poise to undercut the authenticity of, y'all, I be from the South, and don't you step to me. Honey, you've been eating. But there's another part of me that's New York. I call us the last Yiddishites. Ani, Akkad, Bubba, have you eaten? Avoid pork at the farmhouse, sneak a piglet in a blanket. Matzo ball soup and mandel bread. My identities are voice infused with taste. Down south we be whispering, what the hell is this Goyisha crap? Maza hazeh, Goyisha. All these voices in myself, I am coded. My vocalizations and my taste buds are on fire. North Carolina farmhouse, pepper pike on Pesach. Even if my friends can, I can't say the N-word. And the code is my double, triple, super stranded DNA identity, me.
This is the code. On behalf of all deaf and hard of hearing people, non-vocal does not mean mute, and there wouldn't be an L in ASL if it wasn't a language. You think screaming will make me hear, but really it just makes you look ignorant. I wasn't born yesterday. I wear my heart on my sleeve and spring forth firework emotions that you have to get a few drinks in to show. I'm sorry that I'm too real for you, and you can't handle when my face shows what I'm thinking. You say it's disability, but I was blessed with this ability to hear words louder than sirens amongst complete silence. You're just not listening hard enough. This is the code.
We are the code. We are the future.
Thank you guys so much for being here. We are a part of Lake Erie Ink, a creative writing facility in Coventry, founded by the lovely Amy Rosenbluth. You better raise your hand. So we do after-school programs, training, writing. We really encourage the youth to get out there and write, share your heart, express what's on your soul, da-da-da-da. But we are the Teen Performance Series, and we would like to say thank you so much for being here. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, our booth is over there, so you should check it out. Yeah.
It's literally like right there with the sign.